welcome to Tae Kwon Do Training. I'll be instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire. What I'd like to do on today's show is do some combination kicks. We're just going to do two. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a basic kick. Some will be a little advanced, excuse me. But I'm going to do a lot of different little kicks. I'll do them midsection or low section, so you don't have to worry about going high. And what I'm going to do is throw a kick, and then from wherever you land or wherever I want to land that foot, pick the foot up and throw another kick. All right? So I'm going to show you the position your body should be in and where your foot should land, so that the second kick, which would be probably a different kick from the first, you can get it off faster and quicker. All right? Everything's about body positioning in Tae Kwon Do, and especially when you're fighting. If you're fighting and you're throwing kicks and you're off balance and your body is in the right position for the next kick, you're not going to get anything done. You're going to be all over the place. So you have to practice on strategic moves to land after a first kick. If you know you want to throw a couple of combinations, land, then throw the next kick with speed, and always come back into either a ready stance or a fighting stance that's going to be appropriate for your next kick. All right? So as I say, I'm only doing two kicks, but you're always going to be ready for the next kick, whether it's 3 kicks or a million kicks. So you throw a kick, you land, and you're ready for something. You don't throw a kick and then just flop your leg down or you're not ready. Always be ready for your next kick. Whether you're going to throw one or not, doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to start off very basic. What I'll do is let's start in the fighting stance, remember? And I say this every week, and you say, wow, he goes over. If I say something every week, that's how important that is in Tae Kwon Do. And I do it at my class and my school and stuff. The fighting stance, all right? We have forward stances and we have back stances. A lot of the stuff I like to do from fighting stance on the show because it's more appropriate to fighting, you know, unless we're doing practicing of certain other moves. But anyway, fighting stance, just like you're walking, boop, boop, and then there you go, all right? See that? Shoulder width apart. It's nothing like this, all right? And you don't walk like this, all right? You walk all day, you're used to the balance, you're ready to fight, all right? Boxers kind of, they're in that stance, that's fighting stance, see? Walking, boom. Sometimes it's a little longer, a little shorter, but that's fine. It's almost like you're in the mindset of knowing that that's where you can move very quickly. All right, so say I'm trying to think of something. I had lib. I'm making this show up as I go along, as you probably know every week. All right, but I get a theme. All I do is jump on a theme, and I'm gonna ride with that theme. All right, so we're in a left fighting stance. Let's do a front round kick. See the front round kick? A chamber, and I'm kicking. I can kick with the extension of my instep or my foot curled in. All right, either way. Put your foot curled in, you're going to hit hard with the tip of your sneaker or your ball of your feet. You hit with the instep, it's going to be a little flatter, but it's still going to be powerful. All right, so say we want to do a front round kick and then land. Now, if I'm going to land, I'm going to want to do another kick. There's a lot of kicks I can do from this position. All right, so from here, if I'm going to do a front round kick, then I'm thinking of a side thrust. See how I landed this way? I don't drop my foot and put all my weight down. What I do is I kick, and then, look at it, I kind of keep it like this. All right? So then after I throw the front round kick, I throw a side thrust kick. All right? If my foot's nice in the hinge of my ankle and my knee, look at it, they're ready to go. I don't throw the front round kick and do this. Now gravity just sucked me right down to the ground. All right? So what I do is I front round kick. Keep the foot up here so that you can spring off it and then throw a side thrust kick. I'm going to keep it midsection for everyone. Slowly, boom. See how I'm right here? I'm not kicking and then dropping the foot here. I can't do a side thrust from here. I'm not kicking and throwing it from here. I can do actually a side thrust kick from here, but I'm going off to the side. I'm wasting a little time. All right? So what I do is a quick front round kick to the midsection. All right? Look at it. Trying to keep my knees nice and loose, all right? 1, down. Then up, side thrust kick, and down. All right? You can always go front round kick, high side thrust kick. You're doing any combination you want, high, mid, low. That's pretty easy. That's the theme of today's show. Where your foot should be. I keep walking back. They got tape here for me, and I always walk behind the tape that they don't want me to walk by, so I got to stay right here. I'll be a little closer. All right, boom. See the foot? Stays there, boom, 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 and then, bah, side thrust. All right. Now, if I want to do, say, a front round kick and then a hook kick, all right? So I'm in a fighting stance. I did a front round kick. Whether that front round kick's a fake, all right, or a feint, or a decoy, you can use any word you want, so that the person kind of blocks. All right, so say I faked it, and then I'm here. See how I went over this time? I want to do a hook kick. So if I want to do a hook kick, I don't want to be in the same position as if I did a side thrust kick. Side thrust comes straight out. Right? Side thrust, straight out. A hook kick hooks. Right? So side thrust is going to hit you in the side, straight on. Hook kick's going to come around and hit you maybe in the floating ribs or in the kidney or the back or the liver or wherever you are at the time. So you see the two different positions. Right? It makes a difference. If I did a front round kick, came down and went to do a hook kick right from here, I'm not going to get the quickness and the hook that I want to get that if I was here. From here, I can bring my whole body and snap that whole thing. Right? From here, I can't get that hook. See, I can't get the hook because I'm on top of the person straight. You have to be here and swinging around. Right? So that if you're in a high section, boom, and then you're ready. All right? So that's front round side thrust, front round hook kick. Right? Again, front round side thrust, you stop here. Right? Front round hook kick, you come over here so that you can push off. See, once I've gone past there, because I know what I want to do. I'm watching my opponent, we're sparring. I'm watching what might be open. I'm saying, all right, I'm gonna fake a front round, come down, and then hit him over here because I don't see a block. And that's what happens. The more you spar, the more you fight, the more you see openings. And sometimes you're playing around to create the openings. And that's how you get some points and speed. Right? So front round kick here. Once I'm here, see my body? I push off. I push off to get the hook. I don't just stop here, pick up my leg. You know, I don't just pick up my leg. I'm here and I'm pushing off my whole hip. All right? Again, it's like a batter going, without using his body going. It's a little kid. It's little kids. A real batter, they're getting ready. Look at it. Everything's being pushed off. All right? Same thing here. Everything's being pushed off. Especially in Tae Kwon Do, you want a real strong kick, one powerful kick. You're pushing off that ground fast. You're not just picking your leg up and kicking. You know, and to a person who don't train, you know, a lay person or a novice, they're thinking, oh, you're just going to pick up your leg and throw. No, you have to push off whatever, you know, in certain kicks. Push off and get the speed. You can throw kicks just from picking your leg up. I'm not saying you can't. But if you really want the power, you're snapping your body. All right, so that's front snap, side thrust, front snap, hook kick. All right, pretty easy. Okay, same thing if we were to do in a crescent block. And you're coming up and you're blocking. See, you're coming up. I'm in a fighting stance. Coming up, I'm blocking. Now, if I wanted to do in a crescent block, I block someone, then a side thrust. Look at where I put my foot again. All right? It can't get any easier than that. Here, block. I just landed here, side thrust. If I want to do in a crescent block and a hook, see how I pull it over? Then I'm ready to push off and come back. All right? What you need in like a hook kick, see when you do a front round kick, you need that area to pick up speed and pick up power. Okay? So you're coming. All right? Same thing with the hook kick. Boom. I'm going to need a little area coming up like a 45-degree angle to my opponent or my target, and then past it. But that 45-degree, that 15 degrees, 25, 30 degrees, I'm not good at math, here we go. All right? That's going to give you the speed. That's going to give you the speed that if you didn't have it, like on the hook kick, all right? So you're here, boom, step over here, come back, and get ready, get back. Always get back into a ready stance, all right? To be ready for the next kick, all right? So that's pretty easy. That's a nice, and same thing with, say, outer crescent kick. So the inner crescent comes in this way. You pick up your leg, swing it, and bring it down. Swing it, bring it down, get ready for a kick. So say like someone had a knife, I block the knife. Then as the hand went, I come over and kick. Normally, if I did a block here, I would go high section, all right? Now, you can go midsection for the ribs, but high section, you're going for a knockout, all right? So inner crescent, outer crescent kick, all right? And notice, again, there's my 45-degree angle before my target. All right, 45-degree angle. I start up, then I snap and come back. I'm snapping and come back. See how I'm picking up my foot so that if I'm going to block or even kick, I'm hitting the side or I'm hitting my target with my foot up this way, all right, outer crescent. That's how you practice. Boom, all right, midsection, boom. Look at midsection, boom. 45 here, hit, down, 45, and come back. All right. So say I want to do outer crescent block or outer crescent kick, as I just did, and then front round kick. All right. It's pretty easy. This is a pretty easy one here. Outer crescent, touch, right into my fighting stance, come back up, front round kick. All right. You don't want to do an outer crescent forward, all your body's moving forward. You don't want to do that. You want to get that power. That front round kick is going to be the power knockout, all right, or the power kick to the midsection. All right, so you're in a fighting stance, right? Right? Outer crescent, touch. Again, as I touch, look at my ankles and my knees are like hinges, even my hips. Everything's like a hinge, all right? So that once I throw the kick, I explode. I come down. It's like I'm cocking the bow and arrow, getting ready. All right, one down. I'm getting it ready so that I can explode and push up and hit that front round, hit my target. It's kind of common sense. I saw a guy at the gym the other day. I was working. He watches the show. He was a police officer in Hudson or somewhere. I watched the show. He goes, you know what I like? He says, most of the stuff you're showing everyone is common sense. All right? And it's common sense, especially a police officer who went through the academy or has to know some kind of self-defense, and most of them do, all of them do, excuse me. It's common sense. And if you train a lot, the more you train, and I'm trying to give you little tips here so that you don't have to train, and then figure it out yourself. And some people they never figure it out, and they always remain slow or lack of power. Right? That's why you go to a real reputable school, so those masters, the grandmasters, are going to show you the proper way, because they've done it for the last 50 years, 45, 35 years, whatever. They've done it. They've trained. They've fought. They've been in competition. They know the small little things that if you think of it, you do it, it's going to help you out right off the bat. You don't have to learn it on your own. Okay, so again, you're here, fighting stance. You see an opening, or you're going for a block. All right? One, down. See how once I've done that block, I've come right back into my fighting stance. Here, then I come up, explode with the front round kick. The heels really never touch if you're doing a combination kick, something like that. Whenever you're doing a kick, touching the ground, and doing another kick, your heel never touches. So remember that. Your heel never touches. Keep your body relaxed. Relax. You can't do that, any of this stuff, stiff. You can't do it. You can't do many sports stiff. Your body has to be so relaxed, and your body has to be so used to doing this over and over and over that it just goes, right? And that's where your power, speed, accuracy, everything starts coming to place. Because you've done it 8 billion times, and that's why most people don't want to commit themselves to certain things, because it's practice, it's over. Some people get bored with it. I never got bored with it. I loved it. And I love the fact that I'm getting faster. I'm feeling better. I'm working my whole body. You do these exercises I'm doing today in the mirror. Do 10 on each side. Always do both sides. What a workout you're going to get. You don't have any weight problem. You're going to lose weight. You're going to gain muscle. You're going to gain speed. You're going to gain. You're going to be able to stretch your body. You're going to be loose, right? And by being loose like that, it's great for your hips. It's great for the whole body. And especially if you're younger and you keep doing it as you get older, because when you get older and you slow down, things tighten up and they tighten up. And now the more they tighten, and I mean, even at 35 years old, some people are like, oh, I'm tight. After sitting down. Well, that's because they're not stretching. You've got to get your body moving. You've got to get your body stretching. And it's still going to be painful, believe me. Pain doesn't ever go away. Get used to it. Right? You get used to the pain, you get used to the workout, but you're in shape. Because you're going to have the pain if you don't work out too. You're going to have more pain. Right? You're going to have pain just from getting out of a chair. Right? And you know what I'm talking about. Everyone goes through the same thing. All right, so that was kind of easy stuff here. All right? Touch here and front round kick. All right, let's do just something a little more. We only got 10 minutes left. We go fast. This show goes fast. We're going to do a little more advanced, all right? So this time I'm in a fighting stance. So I'm looking. And my thought process against my opponent, I'm going to have front round kick, all right? That front round kick, say, to the midsection. I'm going to have front round kick, and what I want to do is do a spin back kick. This is advanced, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a front round kick. I'm here, all right? I'm going to do a front round kick, but I know I got to do the back kick. So once I do that, I'm going to come back, bring my body back, or my foot back. As I'm doing this, I'm watching the TV so that I know that you see where my foot should be. So sometimes I'm off balance because I'm trying to readjust so that the TV sees where my foot should be. But front round kick. Now I'm bringing, see how I bring on, that's just exaggerating a little. But I'm not doing a front round kick coming straight back if I want to do a spin back kick. I've got to set myself up so that once I'm done with the kick, I can just turn and throw my back kick. But I have to be in a position. So if I throw a front round kick and come here, look at it, I'm not in a position to turn. You know, I'd be all tangled, pretzeled up. I got to get myself kick, then land, but land in a spot where I just turn, and I'm already there. I call it cheating. It's not cheating, it's common sense. But if you don't do it and somebody else is doing it, it looks like they're cheating on you to get to that kick. So from here, front round kick quick, all right? After the front round kick, you're going to snap it back. See how I kicked and then snapped it back, all right? Kick to the midsection. I came back. I want to come back on kind of this side of the foot in the back, all right? That's how far back I want. Look at, so that when I turn on the balls of my feet, I'm in this position, straight back kick. A little advanced if you haven't done a back kick. Basic front round, all right? Basic front round, all right? Then back. All right? I don't have to be way back here. I can come back right there so that when I turn, now as I turn, I'm straight in, straight back. See, and when I land, look at, I'm landing to a point where after I land, I can throw another kick here, or I can come up, throw another kick here. Always land, whether it's a fighting stance or a close fighting stance. There's all different types of stances for closeness, but something that's you get your balance, and it's very close to your body so that you can spin off and keep throwing kicks. All right? So say I went one, down, back kick, down. Look at, staying right here, front snap kick, down. I'm coming to a point, so after I throw the kicks, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to put my body forward. That's where your speed comes in. You're not back. And as I said, if you do things from a back stance, believe me, back stances were the most popular things when I started 50 years ago, martial arts, you fought, and I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. It was too at the time, but all of a sudden it's like the speed started coming here when people evolved. And martial arts, Tae Kwon Do especially, evolved for the Olympics for speed to get that point. And all of a sudden we're starting to figure, wow, look at the difference if you're in a fighting stance than if you're in a back stance, right? And that's how we fought for years. Now, this back here, your weight's in the back, but you felt good because that's all you did. If some people don't do the fighting stance, you have another stance, that's fine. Whatever stance you do enough. If I never changed and stayed in my back stance, right, I'd fight good out of my back stance. But you want that speed. The more you train, the more you want to get faster, the more you want to get stronger, more powerful, strong. How can I do this? You read, you watch, you train with people, and you learn. Common sense, all right? So again, I'm in the fighting stance. A lot of times I'll look and my hands are down here because I'm talking to you and I want you to see my face and talk. I'm not here trying to talk to you. So if I'm really going to fight, and if I'm in a fighting stance and I'm ready to, I'm keeping my hands here, right? I'm doing here. My hands are going to be up here. But to do the show, all right, and I want you to know, if you see my hands down here, that's not normally where I have my hands. I'm still comfortable down here, but I like my hands here. Protect that head. Common sense, protect your head, all right? The rest of your body can take some shots. Head can't take too many shots. Good shots. You could throw a front round kick and hit my arm and hurt, all right? And maybe even break the arm. That's going to heal. You do the same kick to the head with shoes on, whatever, you permanently probably could damage someone and kill them, all right? This right here, you have to protect. So again, as I'm doing the show, I'm ad-libbing, I'm throwing stuff at you. And when I see something that I don't want kids to do, and that's this, I see kids fighting like this. They're great athletes. They're great athletes. And I saw Sugar Ray Leonard do that once, right? And all of a sudden, somebody popped him. He looked like a fool, all right? When you're fighting and your life can depend on it or being knocked out, don't be that flashy. Do your thing. Keep your hands up. Do things right. Do things the way you've trained to do. All right? Flashy's fun. Flashy's fun. But you always meet someone who's faster, and they're not going to be flashy. And then you're going to get knocked out. Here, all right? Here. Front round kick. I come back. I've turned. All right? Reverse round kick. Okay, so I did spin back kick. Now I did spin reverse round kick. Reverse round kick and back kick, I'm almost in the same area when I land for my turn. I call it cheating because I'm not, and it's not cheating, but I call it like if you go this far, now you're there. All right? But if you stay here, if you do a front round kick, now you want to do a reverse round kick, you've got to adjust all this in the middle of your turn. Where if you kicked and went here, you don't have to adjust. You're already there. All you're doing is spinning, getting your body turning, and as the body's turning, it's picking up speed. All right? So you're not kicking and stopping. Kicking, spinning, and turning, and move. 1, 2, ba, 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 ba. All right? That's a little advanced. I don't do too many reverse round kicks because I try to keep this show, I try to keep it for the novice, the beginner, so that no one gets frustrated. And but if you've been training with me, and a lot of people tell me, boy, I've been training you for the last 10 years. I never went to a school. I'm in my parlor. Another episode. And if you get, and my thing is to get one thing out of the show, not to get 1,000 things. If you get one thing that you say, wow, that makes sense, and I got to do that, the show has been a success. Now that one thing, watch the next show, another thing, things start compounding, and it's like, wow, all these little secrets. And they're secrets, but you have to train. And, Tae Kwon Do, to really be effective, at least 3 times a week. And that's without, fighting or anything for competition. Competition, you're looking at 6 days a week, heavy competition where you're competing against New England championships or mass championships. That's, 4 hours a night, all right, 4 hours a day. National championships, you better be able to put 6 to 8 hours a day. It's a lot of time, and maybe even more. Right? These guys, they live just to train, to fight. And their body, you can tell. They're a machine. All right? These Tae Kwon Do people are a machine who are training 8 to 12 hours a day. All right? So most of them don't have a job. Or maybe they do have a job, but most of them, that's what they're doing. They're training so that they can fight, and all their time's going into that. Those are your winners. Those are your winners. And every once in a while, you'll have someone who has a full-time job. I used to have a full-time job, have to train 3 to 4 hours a night after my job. Boy, that's a tiring day. Then get up the next morning sore, go to your job, then go to... You got to be kind of a young guy to keep that kind of lifestyle going. So anyway, the show's all done again. That was a quick half hour. Remember, keep your body relaxed. I showed you where to place your feet on some of the different kicks, all right? And any other kick you want to do, you have to think, what's the logical, what's common sense for me once I put my foot down to get that kick off quick, all right? And it's just positioning. So you practice slow, all right? Right? In the position, then you do the kicks. And you start off with two kicks. And then after 2 kicks, you go with 3 kicks. But you still have to keep positioning your foot to the kick that you're going to want to do. It's in your mind that you want to do next. And you'll find, and it's a great workout. And then, I did low section and midsection, keep it easier. You work, if you can, you work on some high section. 1 low kick, spin high kick. You can do that. You can vary your time. And a great thing about something like these kicks, they're great for breaking boards too. You can set up some boards and boom, 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 and you're touching the ground each time. It's kind of flashy. It looks good if you're doing a tournament or you're doing an exhibition, going for a test. You have to break boards, and you do that. And if you position your feet in the right position, you're going to get the power to break the boards, whether it's 1 board, 5 boards, or whatever. You're going to pick up that power. So that's about all the time we have for tonight's class. Thank you for watching. Till next time, have fun and train hard.